7:14 is the time. If you haven't put up your Christmas lights and decorations, we have the perfect place to maybe spark your creativity.
Yeah, Dorothea Wilson joins us live now from Santa on Sales with a look at how one house that is spreading some Christmas cheer, all for a good cause. I see you there with Santa.
Yes, I am. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Pat. Yesterday, I was with a big chocolate Santa. Now I'm live and in person with Santa Claus himself in the North Pole. Just kidding. It's Tim Burr. Now, Tim, tell me this beautiful display. Tell me how you got started with this.
1999, we started with one plastic snowman on our front porch at our old house in North Little Rock, and needless to say, she's gotten a little out of hand since then.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I know you do this for a great cause, but before we talk about that, how long does it take you to get this display up?
Well, unfortunately, all my cheap labor has flown the coop. One of my sons, like I say, he was deployed with the 39th, he got a free pass. One of my sons lives in Oklahoma. He gets a free pass. And the two that live around here have daughters that are into travel, softball, cheer, dance. So they're pretty much tied up. So it's the missus and I, and we usually start about the middle of September and try to have it ready by Thanksgiving night.
Oh, wow.
And we made it this year with about a half an hour to spare.
Oh, cool. Well, about 2 months. Now, tell me, I understand this goes to a great cause.
Well, about 15 years ago, folks had started asking about this, so we started taking donations, and 100% of whatever we collect goes to one of three causes. All four of my boys graduated from Sylvan Hills. I'm still their public address announcer, so part of the money goes to the Booster Club, kind of as a thank you for everything they've done for us. Part of the money goes to the Make-A-Wish Foundation in honor of a young man. In fact, his parents and uncle live right behind us. Their property basically butts up to the back of ours out here. And they had a son that, when he was 8 years old, played Pee-wee football with a good friend of mine, and he was the coach. And after the season was over, he was diagnosed with cancer, passed before they could grant his wish. So every year, part of the money that we donate to the Make-A-Wish Foundation is always in that young man's honor. And then my two youngest sons, like I say, one just got back from a deployment with the 39th, and the next up the chain of command is a former Marine. So part of the money goes to Wounded Warrior Project. So like I say, 100% of whatever we collect goes to one of those three.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all that you do, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to give, you can visit their Facebook page and do it on there with sales on, what is it again?
Santa on Sales.
Santa on Sales.
Yeah, all the stuff, Venmo and all that stuff, I believe, is on the page. So, you know, if you just want out of the clear blue, want to help us out a little, we'd appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much. Santa on Sales on Facebook. Back to you.
Well, many of us enjoy driving around and checking out the holiday displays people set up, but there's one house in particular that goes above and beyond every single year, and it's for a good cause.
Oh, haha. Fox 16's Dorothea Wilson joins us live now from Santa on Sales with a look at one house you won't want to miss this Christmas. Dorothea?
Hey, good morning. Yes, I am here in a Winter Wonderland with none other than Saint Nick himself. Now, yesterday I was with a chocolate Santa, but I am live in person with the real thing in the Santa's workshop. Now, Tim, tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind all of this.
Well, this was the last thing that we did at the old house. I mean, we had the inflatables, had the plastic stuff, and I've always been a fan of Department 56 stuff anyway. So we had a much smaller table in our old house than what we have today. This is 16 feet by 16 feet. And I still have stuff in the shed that I can make it a little bigger if I want to. The wife doesn't, so. But yeah, a lot of folks come by and enjoy this. It's kind of reminiscent of ones they had when they were young. And, you know, it's like a lot of the blow mold stuff. Yeah. It reminds them of being a kid.
Oh, for sure. I love that. And I understand you have almost 200 inflatables out here. Now tell us, why do you do this? I heard it was for a good cause?
Yeah, we, about 15 years ago, we started taking donations and picked three charities. One, the Booster Club at Sylvan Hills High School. I'm their public address announcer. All 4 of my boys were involved in sports there, so some of it goes there. In honor of a young man who played pee-wee football with an old buddy of mine. He was 8 years old that season, and when the season was over, he was diagnosed with cancer, and he passed away before they could grant his wish. So we donate in his honor every year. In fact, his parents and uncle live right behind us. Kind of a odd chain of events when we moved out here. And then my 2 youngest sons, one is a former Marine, and my youngest one just got back from a deployment with the 39th in Germany and Poland. So part of the money goes to Wounded Warrior Project in their honor.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to participate and help give, you can visit their Facebook page on Santa on Sales. That's SAYLES on Facebook. Back to you.
Well, if you haven't put up your Christmas lights and decorations, we have the perfect place that just might help spark your creativity.
Yes, our Dorothea Wilson joins us live now from Santa on Sales with a look at a house that spreads some Christmas cheer, all for a good cause. Dorothea.
Hi, good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Pat. Yes, I am here at Santa on Sales with none other than Santa Claus himself, aka Tim Burr. And Tim, tell us, what was the inspiration behind all of these beautiful decorations?
Well, I kind of got, when we first moved here in '98, our old neighborhood in North Little Rock used to have a what I affectionately call bag night, where everyone set out the luminarias, and Jesus City would even come and turn off the street lights for effect. And I'll be honest, that first year I thought that was the dumbest thing. I said, I'm not going to set my yard on fire for this. Yeah. I was the only guy in the neighborhood that didn't participate. So it's like, okay, you have my attention. Well, the next year, we were out Christmas shopping for Mom, me and the boys, and I bought one plastic snowman that we put up on the front porch. Needless to say, she's gotten a little out of hand since then.
Yeah, from one snowman to almost 200 decorations. Now, I understand this is for a good cause. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we for about the last 15 years, we've been taking donations, and 100% of whatever we collect goes to one of 3 charities. The Booster Club at Sylvan Hills. I'm still their public address guy, even though I haven't had a son there since '09. Although the second round's coming, and one of my oldest grandson is a sophomore there now. And part of the money goes to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And part of the money goes to Wounded Warrior Project.
Nice, awesome. So we appreciate all that you do to help others, and definitely, you guys, if you want to participate and help give to these beautiful causes, go to Santa on Sales, SAYLES on Facebook. Back to you.
All right. Well, many of us enjoy driving around and checking out the holiday displays that are in people's yards, but there's one house in particular that really goes above and beyond every single year, and it's for a good cause.
I knew it was coming. Fox 16's Dorothea Wilson joins us live now from Santa on Sales with a look at one of the houses that you do not want to miss this Christmas. Good morning, Dorothea.
Good morning, Ashley, and good morning, Pat. Yes, I am here at Santa on Sales, the Winter Wonderland, North Pole headquarters of America, with Tim Burr. Now, he is the man behind this master plan that you see behind me. Tim, what was the inspiration for this?
I've always been a fan of Christmas. When I was probably 12 or 13, I used to help my dad put ours up. Now, it was never anything to this extent, but and then when we moved to Arkansas, you know, as I told you earlier, that we when we moved into the neighborhood we used to live in, I kind of got shamed into at least doing something when I skipped the luminaria that first year. And we, like I say, it's kind of gotten a little out of hand since then.
Yeah. Well, I think it's beautiful with over almost 200 displays out here. Now, tell me, I understand this is for a good cause.
Yes. Yeah, we about 15 years ago decided to start collecting money, and 100% of what we collect goes to either the Booster Club at Sylvan Hills. I'm still their public address guy, and my 4 boys graduated from there. Part of the money goes to the Make-A-Wish Foundation in honor of a young man who, played Pee-wee football with an old buddy of mine. He was 8 years old. Season was over. He was diagnosed with cancer and passed before they could grant his wish. In fact, his uncle and parents both live right behind us. Their properties butt up against the back of ours. And then part of the money, my two youngest sons were both, one's a former Marine and one is currently with the 39th Infantry Brigade out at Camp Robinson. They just got back from a deployment to Germany and Poland. Like, he's been back, I think, since last weekend, so, like, very recent. And part of the money goes to Wounded Warrior Project in their honor.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all that you do. Now, how can people participate or help donate?
Well, the easiest way is just come out and see everything. As long as the weather is good, you know, no wind, no rain, Santa will be sitting out here, gives out candy canes to all the kids that come by with their folks. You know, you're free to park and walk around on the driveway and stuff, kind of look at everything, or you can just drive through if you just wish to. And so you can donate that way if you're here, or like I say, I believe the Venmo and like PayPal and those things are on the Santa on Sales Facebook group page, that if you choose to do it that way, we'd appreciate it either way.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. If you want to participate, definitely stop by. Go to Facebook and Santa on Sales. You can donate there or you can do it in person. Back to you guys in the studio.
Well, all right. Thank you very much.